schwitzy, like I can't even handle
I
it.
can't even breathe, honestly.
Let's talk the yard, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about the yard. Let's talk about the yard. I don't know why I do the karate chop.
But you're also kind of doing the robot.
I am doing a little bit of the robot. Yeah, I'm bringing it back into the Miami, Florida 80s. Late 80s, early 90s. A little Kid and Play.
Oh,
a little Roger
that.
Rabbit. Bringing it back. Well, anyways, welcome to Let's Talk. My name is Eduardo Placer. I am your host. I am CEO and founder of Fearless Communicators, a dynamic public speaking coaching business. And here in Let's Talk, we're here to celebrate you. We're here to celebrate the community of the yard and just committed to building connections amongst our amazing partners and the organizations that come here every day to work. And our special guest today, and my co-facilitator, we're just going to call it here, and interviewee, kickball change, is the dearest, my darling, Janel Martinez, the CCO of 2020Shift. Now, you went to Syracuse.
I did.
Are you like a super patriot for the Syracuse?
I am an orange woman, proud.
I'm saying that because orange is the color of fearlessness.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, look at that. So
I had no idea.
I just knew we had a connection about it. So I just wanted to bring it into the orangeness of all of that jazz.
I love it.
So 2020Shift has a very specific ideology and methodology behind it, and a commitment to something greater that I want you to share about. It's like one of my personal commitments. And I'm just so honored and humbled to be spending, the next 27 minutes with you.
Yeah.
So why don't you share with our audience about what you do?
Absolutely. And I have to thank you, Eduardo, for, having us on Let's Talk and the entire yard community for tuning in.
Can I interrupt you for one quick second?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So as you're watching, this is Facebook Live, right? So if you have a question, by all means, please feel free to type in a question. If you're liking what somebody's saying, press the like button or the heart button.
Yes.
Even if you don't like it, press the buttons because we like to see,
we want you to be engaged.
We want you to be engaged, and we want our serotonin to be amplified that you're liking us.
Yes.
So like, heart, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face.
Absolutely.
Back to you.
Yeah. So a little bit about 2020Shift. So I am Janel Martinez, and I'm the co-founder and chief content officer at 2020Shift. So we are focused on providing diverse professionals with the skills needed to not only just break into technology and digital media, but to excel within it. And so for us, we focus on non-engineering skills. There's this big conversation around technology that you must be an engineer, must have majored in computer science, must be a coder to work in the space, and that's just not the case. If you love that, that's awesome, but do know that you could work in technology and be a digital marketer. You could be a user experience designer, you could be a product manager, a lawyer. There's so many different opportunities to work in tech, and to actually have your tech business run, you need multiple disciplines within. So for us, we focus on providing professionals with those skills. And we work with amazing companies. Actually, some of the companies are Google, Spotify, Mashable, Uber, you name the company.
The yard.
And I was definitely going to get to the yard because actually we have an amazing partnership with the yard. So we offer workshops, courses, and do events. And the yard is where we will be housing all of the workshops and courses throughout the rest of the year. And so, she showed everyone how to make amazing gifts, how to leverage your social media skills and talents to actually land a position at a cool company. And so everyone that attended was like, oh, this space is so cool. This is the yard. And so that was amazing to be able to bring them into an awesome space like the yard's many locations, but then also to have someone that looks like them, right? Yeah. So Jasmine is a woman of color. And so she was teaching the folks that signed up for the course, and many of them come from various backgrounds. So for us, we really just want to provide the skill that folks need to work in this space.
I just, how magical, I'm a gay Latino male, right? And you're a Latina, a Honduran, your family's from Honduras, and an African-American, Latina. right?
Yeah. So I usually, both of my parents are Garifuna, so black.
Garifuna.
Yeah, so black from Honduras.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do actually. You brought up a good point because I am technically African American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Honduras is in the Americas.
Hello. Yeah,
Hello.
Central
What?
America.
Yeah. But it's like really inspiring to look at your board, right? Or the 4 people in your positions are all women of color.
Yeah, so we actually, so
it's like practicing what you preach. It's like you're causing leadership.
Very diverse team.
Very diverse team.
Because we value that. And also, I'll have to naturally speak of my co-founder, who's our CEO, Ariel Lopez. We both have worked in tech for years.
Yeah.
She comes from the hiring side. I come from content creation, journalism, and marketing. And both of us being women of color in the space, we didn't see very many people that look like us.
Yeah.
But we know just so many talented people like us that deserve an opportunity to work in the space.
Yeah.
And so we really came from a level of passion in creating this. And so that's why for us it's so important that we make sure that folks have a seat at the table.
And your background is in communications.
Yes.
Right, English and communications. So there's a logical thing. It's well, how did you end up in tech? Because when I'm thinking tech, I'm not thinking English and communications. And what's so awesome is you talk about what you focus is not on the engineering skills, but you're focusing on the other skills that are in complement in that technology conversation.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? So what was your journey into that?
Yeah, so I majored in journalism. And so from there, actually...
At Syracuse, go Orange.
Go Orange. I know. Please comment. There's probably at least one Orange person out there. Leave us a comment.
Leave a comment about the Orange.
Yes, and Orange Pride. So for me, I landed a position at a magazine, a business publication, and that turned into just reporting about entrepreneurship and business to them offering me to take on a role of technology editor. So when I began that position, I just realized how many cool jobs there were in technology, and I was able to report on just how fast-paced tech was and just the entrepreneurship boom, in particular amongst the Black community, because it was Black enterprise is where I was working.
Yeah.
And so from there, I actually was so inspired by a lot of the entrepreneurs that I met that I was like, okay, I'm leaving this and actually going to pursue entrepreneurship. So I, for a short period of time, worked at a technology accelerator based in San Francisco. And during that time, again, my co-founder, she and I met actually on Twitter. Because that's obviously, I meet so many people on Twitter.
Oh my God.
And
so we should all be following you on Twitter.
Oh yes, absolutely.
What's your Twitter handle?
It's Janel M, as in Martinez, writes. So that's all
W-R-I-T-E-S.
Yep, W-R-I-T-E-S. And also follow 2020Shift, 2020Shift.
Now.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
So pretty much we met on social, and she told me about this idea that she had when we met in person. And from there, the rest is history. But I really have been able to, of course, use my skill sets that are based in journalism and content creation and marketing and apply that to the technology space. So it's just proof that really any skill you can apply to the tech space. Just it's really important that you know what skills you bring to the table, and learning how to sell them. And once you do that, the opportunities are endless.
Now, as you know, the pathway to entrepreneurship is laden with challenges and celebrations, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of this. So what would you say, especially for the two of you starting off in this business, it's not a landscape that you see a lot of people who look like you, but yet the courage and the chutzpah to kind of say, you know what, we believe in it, we're going to pursue it, there's a need, we're speaking to that need, we're speaking to the need as people from the community that are creating into that need.
Yeah.
So what have been some obstacles you found along the way, and what are some moments you've just been like, wow, this is a huge victory?
Yeah, I think obstacles, there are so many. One, I think that most entrepreneurs deal with is just fundraising or, just generating consistent revenue. So in the beginning, myself and Ariel were not full-time working on this. We both had our separate ventures and doing different things. But what was awesome is that we were able to, last year be able to create a model and scale to the place where we can generate consistent revenue and bring on a ton of amazing partners, as we were mentioning earlier. But I think there's always, especially when you are a founder, like your job is never done. Everything falls on your shoulders, from generating the revenue to almost every. I feel like
a lot of the people that are watching this, a lot of people at the Yard are entrepreneurs or business owners or people who are getting started. So, like, what do you find is something that's a great source for? Like, how do you rejuvenate or motivation or like, like identifying, like, I mean, literally everybody has their own way of managing it, but like, what has been some, like maybe one tool that you've had to kind of like charge yourself, because sometimes it's like the lights out.
Yeah, definitely you have to celebrate your wins. And there has been so many conversations as of late that I've been in talking about that. I think it's very easy as a self-starter, as an innovator, and as an entrepreneur to be so focused on the next thing. You never allow for that one moment of like, wow, we closed that deal, or we impacted this, to sit with you and just be like, that was really awesome. Yeah. Let that sink in, and then think about the next. We're always thinking about like, oh, that's cool, next deal, this, that. And so for us, I think we take a few minutes to celebrate whatever high point that has happened. And I also think for us, we are very rooted in faith, and not just in the mission that we have, but just in general faith in our business and faith in a higher power that, things are going to work out, and that everybody deals with their bumps in the road, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. But do you have the vision? Do you have the faith that you're able to get over it?
It's so interesting you say that, because one of the things that I love about the Yard is I have, I CrossFit right over here, and then I took a client call. It's amazing. I did a client call at South because I went to Chipotle, which is right over there. Yeah. So it's like I could go to South, take a client call, eat my Chipotle, and then come here, for this, and like I also manifested, the bubble tea, but that's a story for another time. But what I was talking about with my client is he was talking about faith, and he was talking about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and there's that moment where Indiana Jones like has to walk to where the chalice, the small little, the Grail, the Holy Grail, and he has to like, it's the walk of faith, and if you have faith, like you step. Do you know what I mean? And then the path finds itself. And I feel like that's a great metaphor for entrepreneurship. Absolutely. Right? Because sometimes it's literally taking that first step. Right.
And sometimes you don't even see the next step.
No, you don't even see the next one. You're just trusting that there's a next one. And it's so grateful. It's so awesome to be like, I have a step.
Yeah. Exactly.
So awesome. So I just love that. That's a really beautiful tool, to, I think, incorporate. It's just like belief in each other, belief in yourselves. Yeah. And just trusting and celebrating in a really positive way with your team, your accomplishment. Yeah. We tend to bulldoze over that and we go into what's next.
We do.
And then sometimes you don't take a moment to like just enjoy like the flower patch that we're in right now. It's like we're off to like the peak,
Exactly. And the lessons in those moments too, because even in the hardships, right? Like what is that teaching you in that moment? Sometimes we're so caught up in like, this didn't work out. Like, what am I going to do? But it's like when you sit back for even for a few minutes and reflect, like, why is this happening? And like thinking about the lesson, I think that also is really valuable too.
Do you know what I'm feeling coming on right now?
What?
Oh my God, I can't even believe it. It's 4:11, which is a magical time. Hold on.
4:11, that's our room. We work at 4:11.
I mean, you have two Latinos here. We are going to do a little, what?
Why not?
A little dance break. Hello, we're smiling at the audience, everybody. Only let's talk. We're going to celebrate our people.
Yes,
Azúcar. Little Justin Bieber.
Oh, yes.
Hey, we'll do a little turn. Slowly. Okay, great. And scene. Thank you. Okay, great.
This is like one of the most fun interviews I've had.
Well, we just had to have a dance break. I was like, okay.
I mean, why not?
Why not? Why not? You have a Cuban and a Honduran. We gotta dance. We gotta dance.
It's in our blood.
It's in our blood. We can't help it.
It is.
Okay, so now we're gonna move into the next section. This was so helpful. Like I'm really present to your vision and your power, and just like so like.
And yours too.
Committed to what you're up to. Oh my gosh, totally. So this next phase, we're gonna talk about eat, pray, love.
Ooh.
Okay, so a city to eat in, a city to pray in, and a city to love in.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so a city to eat in. I'm going to shout out, this is so hard, because I love to travel. So I'm going to say Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, pura vida.
Yes.
Love it.
Because I love rice and beans, and I know that I can get that at home and eat that here, but also I just feel like fresh seafood, just amazing food. So that's what came over me to say. So I'm going to say Costa Rica.
There's nothing like fresh juice in Costa Rica. It is like the
fresh
fruit. It's not Trader Joe's. It's not Trader Joe's fruit. It's like fresh off the freaking plant.
Yes, and even coconut water.
Yeah.
The stuff in the box does not do it justice.
It tastes
you
like
have
a cardboard.
to drink coconut
Go to Costa Rica. Costa Rica. Coconut water from Costa Rica. Say that 12 times. Okay, great. Pray.
Pray. I went to Morocco at the end of last year, and I felt very spiritual.
Assalamu alaikum in the desert. My God.
Amazing.
Yeah, breathtaking.
So I would say pray.
And love?
Love, because my favorite place is Paris. And it's the city, of light, but also there's a lot of love that goes down there. So I would have to give a shout out to Paris.
I love it. Okay, awesome. What is New York City's best kept secret?
So how fitting that we just danced to Despacito, because I'm going to say that a best kept secret is on Sundays, Orchard Beach, which I know there's a thing about beaches in New York, but
deal with your beach issue.
Right. Go there, because it's not even for the beach. It's actually for the salsa dancing. So on Sundays, it becomes like a party. And if you're looking to like learn how to dance salsa, or you feel like you're an amazing salsero or salsera, go to Orchard Beach.
You know, I just realized, because I lead on the one. So I do Cuban salsa. I didn't do the Puerto Rican salsa, and you followed me really well.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really great.
You know, I try to like adapt, because even like there's so many different forms.
You did really well. It was really awesome. Amazing. So if you could have any other job besides the one that you have, what would it be?
So I absolutely love what I do, because I feel like I'm an entrepreneur, because I created my best, job, being an entrepreneur. But growing up, I love dancing, and I guess you kind of got a snippet of that right now. So I think I would be a dancer.
Awesome. Love it. A professional salsera.
Professional salsera.
Done.
Could be on tour.
Yeah, travel the world. All that. Yeah. When you wake up in the morning, do you jump up out of bed, or do you press the snooze button?
I'm a snooze girl. I definitely hit snooze. I would say, though, that I have 3 alarms. So I know the first ring is like, okay, I have a few, like 10 more minutes. Second one is 5 minutes. And then the last one is like, you better get up.
Get the hell up.
Then I know that I'm not playing any games. So I get up at that last one.
And it's like, get up out of bed.
Right. Like,
right now.
Right.
We're not playing.
No games.
Okay, what is your secret to success?
Ooh, I would say authenticity. I think that you have to be
I'm so involved in that. I love it.
Yeah, you have to be your true self. No matter what room you're walking in, doesn't matter if you're walking into an investor meeting or you're walking into, one of the amazing yard spaces. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Like, be your true, authentic self, because there's no one else like you, but then also you deal with yourself. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
I so love that, and I think it's so true. And, that's something that I take on every day. As someone who has a brand that's all about being fearless, right? And the whole point of it is not to get rid of fear, because it's not going to go anywhere. It's fear less. It's not fear gone, it's not fear done, it's not fear without, but it's really about, I'm really committed to this idea of authenticity.
Right.
And how do you show up authentically self-expressed in any space that you're in?
Yep.
So what a gift. So that's going to be our little challenge for the week, to really take that on, really just challenge in being authentic in every space that you are. Just watch that inner editor that's saying, don't do that, don't say that, don't, and just allow yourself to just emanate from a place of complete self-expression and love and generosity for yourself.
Exactly.
And let your light shine, because there's only, as I learned, what I was working as an actor, and I was doing a little workshop in Seattle. And I had a student, she asked me to sing, and then I apologized, and I was like, well, I really only sing show tunes. And she said, you do you, boo-boo.
That's like a gem for life.
And I was like, absolutely, I will do you, boo-boo. Thank you, like ninth
Yeah.
grader, for giving me like the heavenly ray of you do you.
Right. And sometimes you need those messages.
You totally need those messages.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome. So thank you so much for joining us. Again, do you have some events coming up? Do you quickly want to shout those out?
Yes, I have to mention we have an event at the Yard LES happening on the 17th. It is of August. We're launching, or it's an official celebration of our partnership with the Yard. So of course, you tuned in are invited. So please do look for it on the Backyard app. And you'll also find those details if you follow us on social at 2020Shift across everything. And tune into our website, 2020shift.com. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. And give them a lot of love this week, thanking them for all the work that they do. And also, we have an event with Fearless Communicators on Wednesday, the 26th of July, on the Lower East Side, on the rooftop. And it's called Building a Fearless Force, Amplifying Diverse Voices. So it's looking at how we use digital platforms that we have to amplify the stories that we're looking to share, diverse stories. So thank you so much for tuning in with Let's Talk. We'll see you next Thursday, right here, same time, same channel. And remember, celebrate. Let's talk the yard, baby. Let's dance it out, my baby.
Hey.
Let's talk the yard, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about the yard. Let's talk about the yard.